And so the investigation begins. What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all from a rather spooky kind of vlog. Today, or I should say tonight, I am over here at the house that is run by Ghost Augustine. This is probably one of the most haunted houses in the entire area. And now, if you watched the previous vlog, you all will know that I came here and did a daytime vlog on it. But I am here with Tommy and John. Tommy and John, they are two guides here at Ghost Augustine. I got to see my friend Jonas. So anyway, I'm looking forward to having a good time. It's been a while since I've done the house investigation. I'm kind of curious to see what we'll find. Some of the stuff that we will be using is everything that that is run by, I believe it's ghosthunting.com. Either way, this is the site. Jonas also runs Paraforce. It's like some of the best paranormal hunting equipment that you can use. We have that we will be using tonight. I've talked about it a little bit before, but it's really, really cool that that we have all this equipment at our disposal. And that is why I say that you it's very hard not to have an experience here at the house. Like, sometimes it'll be dead quiet, nothing will happen, but then, well, seemingly out of nowhere, it will explode. And also, as I stated before, earlier in the day, here's the old hearse. Now, there actually used to be a hearse owned by Ghost Augustine that was haunted, and I believe the hearse driver, I think he died in the 1997. And when Jonas and the rest of his team, when they got a hold of that one, he was still a part of the car. However, the car did eventually die, and well, of course, he passed on. And I have to show this to you guys. Jonas pointed this out to me earlier today, but here at the house, they have a headstone. Now, I remember Jonas telling me how they acquired this. I think they have had it for like 16 years, and it used to sit in one of the locations at Ghost Augustine. But I mean, I'm not sure if they closed that particular kiosk, or the people that ran it simply thought the whole thing was creepy, or the headstone. But that is how that's how they wound up with it, and it sits here to this day.
It's just a little bit black. Yeah. Let me get a cup. 1 second.
Is that in here or 7?
Anyway, you guys, this is John.
I'm Thomas.
And this is Thomas, otherwise known as Tommy. And anyway, they're going to show us around on the investigative tour tonight.
Yep. So tonight we're just going to talk about the spirits that we know are here. Tom's going to do that. But I'm going to tell a little bit of the history, then we're going to talk about the equipment and whatnot, and then we'll go from there, see what anything interesting happens tonight. Starting off with the history. So this area has always been Native American. Prior to the Spanish arrival in 1565, this area was a burial site. We know this because in the 1980s, the neighborhood around here was being built, and they did quite a few bodies. But on this property, it's a little bit more interesting because they found both Native American bodies and slave bodies. And we do know that there was a plantation that was built here starting in 1606 to 1865, which was huge. And this house is basically placed roughly where the slave quarters used to be, and we know slaves have been killed on the property. So they're often buried where they're killed as tradition in St. Augustine. So yeah, we just have to be very careful with the location, be respectful, and yeah, shall we get to the equipment?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, this house was built in 1931, continuing on. The original foundations, this area, but in 1981, a company came in and renovated, turned this into office space, built the kitchen, bathroom, and the garage. So it's fairly modern update. And we do get a lot of activity in the kitchen and the bathroom as well, but nothing has really died in the house. The majority of the spirits here were invited in through our active portal here, which is like a train station or airport for spirits to come and go as they please. So at any point tonight, we can have as little as 2 to as many as hundreds of spirits. So it can be very intense at times. But this is the majority of the equipment that we'll be using tonight, and we're going to do a brief crash course. How about that? The table's set up in sectors, so we'll go sector by sector. Right up here, we have our REM pods. On each end, we have our standard REM pod. All these work by generating a magnetic field using the antennas. If you get close enough to it, it starts going off. The closer you get, more lights go on and the louder it gets. So they're fairly sensitive. Now, these 3 in the middle are our own products. The small one here is called the REM. You get close to it, beeps. It's the cheapest one on the table. It's fairly reliable, but at the same time, it's not as expensive or not as flashy or interesting. However, the one over here is called the REM Master. This one is more like a traditional REM pod. If you get close to it, the lights come on in a staggered order, so white to red, and then goes up again. We made it so that it's a lot more economical to transport if you want to have like an entire case of equipment rather than a bulky REM pod. It's just something nice to have. It does do that if you move it a bit, which is normal. But the one in the middle is our teddy pod. This is a teddy bear with a REM pod in it. If you touch its head, it'll light up and it'll scream at you. But now over here we have some of our music boxes. This black one right here is our standard music box. All these both work by shooting out a beam of infrared light right up the front. So if you scoot back that way, and set this one off over here facing this way. These black ones, they don't have anything special with it. There's no calibration. So if you put it down, you have to turn it on. Let's go back a little bit more. So that was going off because if you're standing right in front of it, it's going to go off. You have to have at least 4 feet of air right in front of it. But this one is our much more professional, much more expensive paranormal music box. And this one will actually calibrate. So if I put it down, flick the switch forward, it turns on. That light will activate to show that it's turning on, and then it'll do a calibration chime. That's normal. And now it's calibrated to whatever is in front of it. There's no real distance. So now, if anything moves in front of it, it'll go off. And of course, we have our standard K2 EMF meter. These work by generating a magnetic field or detecting magnetic fields. So if I turn on my phone, get it close to the antenna, it'll start flickering up and down very rapidly. However, smartwatches and other small electronics do not set it off. So if my smartwatch will not set it off, but there are Wi-Fi extenders in the kitchen throughout the house which will. So if you're by the wall or in the kitchen, oh, REM pod just went off, it'll start going crazy. Okay, and next up we just have a laser grid. Do not point this at anyone, just point at an empty part of the room. Press this silver button and this laser grid will pop up. What we're mainly looking for are little shadows to pass in front of it, which have happened here. And the worst part is just waiting. So this is often best used by putting it down with a camera facing it. Now, moving on to our small mag lights. You twist them left to turn them on, twist them right to turn them off. But for $16, you can have your own bigger one. This one I trust in my life, so does Ed, Mr. Ed. He's one of our main investigators. We can set these up so spirits can turn them on and off throughout the night to see who's active and see it show as a response, kind of like a red message on your text, on a text. So we'll figure out who's here using that technique. Next, we have our EM pump. This device works by generating a magnetic field. So if I turn on and pull up a K2 to it, it introduces a bit of energy to the environment that spirits can draw on. They can also draw energy from your phones, cameras, and our devices.
Jack, is that you? Jack, if that's you, can you run your hand over it again? I guess it's not Jack.
But yeah. Now onto our temperature. This is our thermal detector. Turn on and off the silver button on the side. Now, if anything warm or cold moves in front of it, it will change colors. Red is going to be warm. If there's a cold spot, it'll turn blue. I can see from across the room, except for Tommy right now for whatever reason.
That
But it's
always
never
happens
liked
with
you.
me.
It
Yeah.
has never liked you.
It's my hair.
But I can see from basically across the room, except for...
We're already getting a lot of activity.
AC's not even running, so that's a bit weird. Now it's easier.
There we go.
Now, okay, that was a bit weird. That's kind of what we're looking for. Sometimes you can also use this like a tripwire, so you put it down facing a corner where no one really goes. That goes off. That's what we're looking for. But if the AC is running, there are vents throughout the house. So if this turns blue when the AC kicks on, that's explainable. Now we also have our thermal camera. So try it on here. So the thermal camera looks for an IR for temperature differences. If I put my hand in front of it, it'll turn warm. Everything else will turn cold. And only pay attention to the temperature at the top, which shows where that crosshair is. That's where the temperature is. That the cold spot is that green dot floating around. If there's a warm spot, there will be a red dot that shows the hottest spot. However, with temperature, I can't see it from here, so I'll demonstrate over here. With temperature, it's kind of hard to judge just by the colors. This is why I usually don't trust thermal cameras that much, personally speaking, because if I barely touch that, my handprint will be there for about 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
If someone was sitting down, that will be upwards of a few hours. So it's a little bit touchy when it comes to thermal stuff, which is why we mainly pay attention to the regular temps. Like, look, I'm trying to go to 66.
If it does 660,
It's close.
that would be kind of weird if it did.
They do that here quite a bit.
They like to mess with you.
But yeah, it's good to look around. This also has a flashlight. If you press that black button, it just goes throughout all the flashlights. So it's nice. I already talked about the K2, but I have our millimeter right here. This is like a K2, but instead of a color readout, it shows a digital one. So again, if I pull up my phone here, get it close to the antenna. I usually don't break this one out. Okay, well, it's supposed to show up on the screen. But one thing we like this for is the temperature readout. This little blue antenna is the temperature probe, which will show up at the bottom. It doesn't make any noises or anything, but I have this one out to recommend the newer model, which has a REM pod built into it. So it's an all-in-one tool, which is really nice to have. So this is just out as a demonstration for demonstration purposes. Jesus Christ, brain. Now moving on to these two devices. These are our static devices. They pick up on static electricity. The one on the left here is called the NEM Master. If I lean in close, that light will come on and it'll squeak. I mainly have that out to explain the PRS, which is one of our new flagship items. It's called the Paraforce REM Static, and what it does, it combines a NEM Master and a REM pod. Now if I get in close to it, the lights on the outside will light up to show the direction of static electricity, which is really nice to have, but also if you get close enough to the antenna, it starts acting like a REM pod. So it's a nice thing to have. And finally, we have our spirit boxes and EMF devices. We all know the standards. That was me. We all know the standard SB7 spirit box is just something that sweeps the radio frequencies. So for example, if I fire this up, we're basically listening for voices over top the static electricity. That might have been one, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's explain its big brother, the SB7 Pro. This one came out in September last year, and this is by far my favorite spirit box. It just like a normal spirit box. Just like a normal spirit box, this is just a. This will go through the radio frequencies, so normal. But it adds two cool features, primarily speaking: a REM feature and a motion sensor. So now they can choose to turn it on and off. So they can touch here to set it off, or move right in front of it. That being said, when I bring out the SLS camera, if it's pointed right at the SLS, it will set itself off, which is normal. But this device has screamed my full name here. Sorry. And you can also turn on and off the radio function. So this device here has screamed my first and last name in this house. So yeah, kind of interesting. But oh, relax. Now onto our Polterscript. This is basically our version of the Ovilus, but Ovilus went out of business and we started producing these. It works on the same concept of an Ovilus where it generates a magnetic field and they can interact with it to choose the words from this device. And these things go crazy here. No matter what, they'll talk like crazy in here. So if I turn it up here, let's see if
Object.
already going.
Object.
Deep.
Deep.
Caress.
Caress.
Edge.
Okay.
Jack, is that you?
47 years.
47 years.
I'm gonna lower the sensitivity. My 7 o'clock early, we had this down to 20% sensitivity and it was still going off like crazy. So,
Wonder what
Star.
okay, now it's down to 30 and it's still going.
Harmonic.
harmonic, like song.
May.
May.
So now, just for comparison, I'm gonna hand it to you. Let's take a step back.
Box.
Box.
Cube.
Have you ever
Cube.
seen it do something like this?
No, not at that low sensitivity. That's
Tip and
like
hop.
Hip and hop. Like
Grain.
grain.
spamming the keyword.
Are you just spamming the keyboard?
James.
James.
Oh.
James.
Ooh, we'll
Ooh.
get to him in a little bit.
Tried.
Tried.
Palatine.
What's Palatine?
I have no idea.
I keep Googling that and I keep forgetting.
Right.
Right.
How do you spell that?
Messenger.
Messenger.
Well, it's a village in Illinois.
Lash. Huh?
It's a village in Illinois, apparently.
Why Illinois?
Paired.
Prepared.
Really crazy. I haven't
Having
seen
sovereign power or
June.
within its domain.
June.
Cake.
Cake.
It's talking about food tonight, too.
59 years.
Why 59 years?
Direct.
Direct.
It's like they're trying to
Right.
find like which is. I feel like it's someone trying to learn how to use that
Ready.
to find like the words to.
But even then, not this low of a sensitivity.
Yeah, that's. I
Rest.
haven't seen it like
Rest.
that before. That's
And that's
crazy.
a brand new battery. I made sure that was brand new.
Armed.
Armed. Like shotgun.
Stigmata.
That I've gotten that a lot recently too.
That's where the lacerations on the hands and palms are.
Yeah.
California. Like from California. Nose.
This is definitely weird.
This move. Like that.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Solo.
Huh?
What is
Solo.
going
Okay.
on?
Well, all right. I'm
65 years.
going to put that right there. That is very interesting. We have only just begun. So I guess what we're going to continue or
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So we have a few more things to talk about.
yeah.
Starting with our UMD device. This device is an ultrasonic sound detector. So it usually will pick up on like EVPs and whatnot. So if you're using, this is the same frequency that voice recorders usually use. So if I turn this on, this will start bouncing up and down along with my voice because that's what we're talking. You can adjust the sensitivity right here. So if you want it really sensitive or really not, you can find the sweet spot depending on location to see if you're picking up on voices or whatever. This is definitely good if you're recording with a separate camera. Put it on pod, put it against the wall, and just walk away. This is good, say, if you hear like a loud crash or anything, this will obviously show that it's picking up live rather than just a noise edited in. So it's definitely nice to have. Now, we're going to head into this room and talk about last two pieces of equipment before I hand it off to Tommy to talk about the spirits.
Okay.
It's cold in here. So,
I was going to say it is cold in here.
well, segue into the next device. This is our quad. This is the brand new version of the quad where it adds 4 features. Technically, originally the quad was just made to detect vibrations and whatnot. This one does that, but it also adds a RUM function, EMF meter, temperature gauge. It's all all over. This is perfect for a large location. If I get close, it starts acting like a REM pod. It's a little bit more sensitive. We can't put it on the table because I'll just go nuts with the lights. But if I turn on the temperatures are in, so if I turn on the vibe, so now I'll pick up on vibrations. So if I this is made for footsteps and whatnot on the ground, but we're only in an 800 square. It just rebooted.
Oh,
What?
okay. The activity in here is going off like crazy.
Like started.
I haven't seen that happen. And this, we literally just
Yeah,
unboxed this
that is
before this
brand
tour.
new.
Brand new, fresh batteries.
Oh wow.
But yeah, this is made for locations with multiple stories and whatnot. Works great when there's no electricity running. And yeah, if we put this on the floor, we don't want to do it here because we're in 800 square feet and every little vibration is going to set it off, which is why it's on an elevated platform. So this one we can put on the ground and whatnot, but it's just up to where you want to put it. But let's talk about everyone's favorite device, the portal device. This device takes a standard spirit box, this is already sweeping, and gets rid of most of the, that's how sensitive that is, I barely put it down, gets rid of most of the radio chatter and the hissing and only places interference, which are voices. So with the voices, we can tell the difference between men, women, and children, different languages, different dialects. It gets a little hardcore in here. So, but it sounds like they're speaking through a wall, where they're muffled, a little garbly, unless they are very clear. So you listen for the vowels in the syllables to try to figure out the words from there. But that being said, we're not sure if they're speaking English or not. This is a very French and Spanish heavy area. So for comparison, you turn off the filter, turn up the volume, unfiltered, filtered. So now when they speak, you'll hear it pop over that. It's basically like a good comparison would be like Apple AirPods, that noise cancellation, where it inverts the signal to try to boost it and it only plays interference, which is what comes through. Noises like that is just interference getting past the filter, so nothing much to do about that. So, yeah. So now, Tom, I'm going to hand it off to you to talk about the spirits.
All right. Just gonna start with this room already since we're in here. So right by that corner, this is where Jack is usually seen hanging around, either that or by a shelf with Jack's whiskey. Jack is a World War I vet that hung himself. Don't necessarily know exactly where, when he died, how long he's really been here, but he's super awesome. We like Jack. He does tend to mostly react to when ladies. He's more of a ladies guy. I don't know why. It's just Jack. But he's pretty talkative when he's around. Definitely want to keep an eye out for him. Like you were talking and asking if Jack was one making the REM pod go off. So I mean, hopefully he'll be here. Now we got back into this room where we've got Tommy. He's one of our younger spirits. Yep. It's right by the swivel chair right here. Mostly, like a lot of the stuff you see, like that crocheting kit and the creepy drapery thing on the mirror, is decoration for the most part. But this teddy bear is actually important to one of the spirits in the house. His name's Tommy. He's around 5 to 8 years old. He's one of our oldest spirits that's been here since the beginning. He's an OG. But he's been kind of on and off lately. We've been seeing him recently. He does tend to react more to motherly figures, teachers, that sort of thing. He's a kid. He tends to be very talkative over the portal sometimes. Loves messing with dowsing rods, the music boxes definitely, because his kid likes his music. So Tommy's super awesome. Next up we've got the spider, who is usually just around the table. We're pretty sure that established that he used to be what was once Bishop Varro, St. Augustine's exploding bishop. So he doesn't tend to respond a whole lot to requests. He just kind of does his own thing. He just appears on our SLS camera usually just as a garbled mess, kind of like this piece of crochet right here. It's just kind of all over the place. So definitely hope to see him soon. We got James, whoever said James over that Polterscript right there, he's another one of our usuals. He usually is chilling around this room. which is where we believe the active portal in the house is. More so like where this corner is, some people will come in here before like we'll even start talking about anything. They'll be like, something's really whack about this room, like it feels weird, whether it be heaviness, just intensity, emotions, whatever. But this is where the portal, we believe, is, and like John said earlier, it's a lot like an airport. You know, kind of think of it like Spirit Airlines, like the airliner.
Nice.
But James is what we call an ancient. You not really know if he's human or not, but to us he's just James. He's kind of like a YouTube prankster. He's really funny. He likes to mimic doors and people being outside. And then when you go outside, he'll like to close the door on you and lock the deadbolt and then start running around the house or mimicking people's voices. I've heard Lou, one of our Everdark Express tour guides, I've heard his voice disembodied in the kitchen before. And I've heard footsteps walking around the house when I'm in the bathroom. Mostly is the work of James. Definitely a prankster. We love him. He's a little goofball. Now we have the place where you would probably want the most privacy, but you're not going to be getting, at least from living people, the bathroom. So it's regular old working bathroom. You know, you got a toilet and a sink, some paper towels, and then you have the spirit of Benjamin, who sits around the toilet here. We used to call him Elvis. He tended to be indifferent to that, but we did find out his name later was Benjamin. He shows up on their SLS camera, likes giving high fives to people. Sometimes there'll be K2 EMF activity in here, around pods, that sort of thing. And then we also have a host of other spirits that tend to hang around the bathroom. One of which, I think he's relatively new. I haven't really known much about him. But he looks like a shadow figure. Literally saw him right behind you in that where that vacuum is, like Sunday night, and that was really crazy. Apparently John seen him through the window. Just a lot of activity in the bathroom and kitchen area. And then we also have Colleen, who isn't necessarily in like the house. She is more associated with outside. So where the garage is outside, there was a fire where Colleen passed away, and then she's kind of like the mom of the group. So if you think of all the spirits, it's kind of like a sitcom, like Malcolm in the Middle. Colleen's the mom that kind of corrals everyone when they're all acting up. And she's sometimes seen in like a white flowy dress, missing her left arm, burns. That's what mediums have interpreted people have seen apparitions of. So yeah, that's the most of the cast of the spirits in the house. There might be some more that'll come out, you know, here and there, and if they do, I'll definitely be sure to give you all an update on them. So you guys ready to get hunting?
Let's do it.
Ooh.
And here we go.
If there's any spirits in the house, okay. If there's any spirits in the house, can you turn off my flashlight, please? All the way off. Thank you.
Oh,
If
wow.
Jack is in the house tonight, can you come over and turn on my flashlight, please?
Oh.
Thank you, Jack. Just to confirm that, so you can turn off my flashlight. If this isn't Jack, turn off my flashlight.
Oh, wow.
It's like there's some like fight, they're like wrestling, tussling to control the
Maybe.
flashlight.
So this being said, these aren't really direct responses. This is like a red message on your text. Also, you're at like 50% battery already.
Oh, yeah. 30%.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, the battery was already at like 60%. So
But still, that's only 15 minutes into a tour.
that is true. But
whoever's doing that with the flashlight or with the battery, can you please come over and turn on the flashlight all the way?
So let's get started by spreading out the equipment. How about that?
hold up. We have just started investigating, and did you just hear that growl? Mm-hmm. Anyway, John has just, there is a pimple on the,
Yeah,
ow.
I'm not sure if that was there before, but I felt it pop. So
I guess maybe it was Colleen. Did you pop his zit?
Oh my gosh, that's grody.
Well, I mean, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, did you pop it?
Flashlight just turned on.
So wait, Jack, did you pop his zit? Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So yeah, he did pop it. Okay, we were just curious.
Oh, I was setting it up. I should have probably said before.
I was gonna say like, oh my gosh.
Where do you think a good spot for this would be? I think maybe the wall or like the hallway.
What I would probably say is probably Jack's room right over here.
Okay.
Put it right next to the quad facing that way. I almost lost my footing.
Yeah.
Do you like these books?
Yep. Just be careful when you turn around so you don't blind yourself.
Oh, I liked using these.
Yep. This is where I've seen shadows in here with it. So, yeah.
Go
Careful
now. Careful now.
Who said that? Can you please tell us your name?
This will be fun to subtitle.
I guess he didn't.
He's not gonna say nothing now?
We'll be careful.
Flashlight's on. You know what's crazy? This thing hasn't said anything since like,
Here.
beer.
Here, fear.
Beer. No, like as in beer. Yeah. Monitor.
Monitor.
The security monitors?
Cute. I want to see someone make like a AI generated like movie script based off of what they're saying right now.
Record.
Record.
Who's making this go off? I have never seen it go like this crazy on this low of a setting before.
Hope.
Hope.
Provider.
Provider.
I'm gonna place this right here.
Holly.
Paul eats.
Polly.
If you can make this go off, you can surely make the REM pod go off just by going like this.
We have four.
Can you please make that REM pod go off? And it's just not even going on anymore. They're like, I don't want to listen to it. Being stubborn.
So wait, what's going on in here?
I saw some orbs in there.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I scared myself.
What was that? I'm gonna rewind that because I thought I saw a flash of light right in the hallway right behind you.
Oh wow.
There's some orbs right there. I thought I saw a flash of light right behind you when you were walking.
Oh, that could have been. Oh, yeah. What was that?
Oh, I see that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I just heard a REM pod go off. Did you hear that?
Yep. Oh wow. Hold on.
What?
I need to rewind this again because the second we stop recording or looking away, leave that.
What? Wait, what?
Just watch the orbs.
Oh, what the thing?
Footsteps.
Oh wow. Oh
Footsteps.
yeah.
You see the footsteps?
Yeah, I see the footsteps like right there.
Oh, it's them.
Oh god. You can see it like walking right. Oh gosh. That is
That's
freaky.
It just got touched.
I think the sound was coming from the I think that was the PRS, so it isn't the part of it.
Wow, we're getting
I just got
activity right
touched.
now.
My shoulders got touched.
Man, that's ooh.
They're riled up tonight.
They're like, oh, you're back.
Well, I mean, I am wearing a cross on my neck, but I mean, it's not.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, I'm just being. I mean, anyway, just being respectful. Not
I'm
gonna.
place this somewhere.
Anyway, not trying to.
That's a fairly active house tonight.
That's me, I think.
Yep.
Who set the PRS off right there? Can you please do that again? I know for a fact I heard that.
And we have the
The
voice.
REM pod into where the crib is, that UMD is there. And then master there, the portal there, and then the temperature sensor session that crosses.
Oh wow.
And the music box goes crazy in there too.
Hmm.
So we do have a shadow figure here who's most often seen looking through this window right here. Not where the ring camera is. We'll see a shadow figure looking in, like peering in. And I would often think that was an actual person. Because sometimes we'll actually hear like a on the door. And Tommy on Sunday saw a shadow figure in the bathroom that matches the same description. So he's most commonly seen around here. He likes to mess with people.
That had me freaked out.
So we're trying to figure out who he is.
Hmm. Well,
I
I
don't know
guess.
who was making the PRS go off in the portal room earlier.
Hmm.
Maybe we do you have another flashlight we can maybe bring in the poor John? All right.
Wait, did you just say that the AC was off?
It's
Oh, it's on now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like.
when the AC kicks off. It's,
Yeah, because how long is
this pimple's really hurting now though.
Be like that show, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, I hate that show. I hate that show.
Oh, the REM pod just went off in here.
It feels like Scooby-Doo chase. They were trying to chase them room to room.
Play the. What was that? What was that?
That was music that was getting past the filter.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't Mr. Ed?
I'm here.
That was a female voice.
Colleen?
That didn't sound like Colleen.
I think that's still one of the newer spirits.
That might have been Jade.
Yeah. This is something. Let's see if they'll mess with these dowsing rods. I don't usually have a lot of luck with these, but whenever it is a particularly active night, they'll definitely do them. I don't. These are like 50-50 for me, because you just gotta hold them still, and then if they cross it, it's basically a yes. If they separate, it's a no, unless I specify otherwise. But I usually ask them to use a lot of force, so sometimes it'll feel like a dog's playing tug of war with me, just because my hands are already shaky as is. Somebody's here in the house with us tonight. Can you please either cross my dowsing rods to, I guess, signify you want to talk with us? Separate them if, I don't know, you object in any way.
It's a strobe light out here.
A strobe light?
The flashlight's strobing like crazy. Look at that. It's like on and off. I haven't seen that much.
Oh, that's weird. Jack, is that you? Jack, if that's you, can you light it up entirely? Well,
Did you just burp or was that something else?
That wasn't me. If you're a
I heard a growl then.
Okay.
It was like a.
If you're a spirit that I didn't go over in the initial casting call, can you please turn the flashlight all the way on? If I did not give you the spotlight in any particular way tonight, and you want to be known, can you please turn the flashlight on all the way, like super bright? Alright, well, I guess figure out who that is. It's gotta be one of them then. So yeah, one of the newer spirits that we've been trying to investigate, he's been kind of like, I just said my, okay. They were like a little troublemaker. They've been kind of a jerk, like a stubborn teenager. And I didn't go over him initially because I'm trying to get him to show himself. And he just turned the flashlight on when you mentioned if we should start talking about him. So, if you want us to, you gotta do something crazy. Make a REM pod go off, throw a chair at me. That would be really good. If you throw a chair at me, that'd be awesome.
that would be kind of freaky.
that's a thumbnail
freaky.
right there.
Yeah, that would make Oh my gosh go. I think that would debunk Oh my gosh.
Whoa, what the
Please
hell?
make a REM pod.
What?
Okay, that's just a heat reflection off the thing
The
because you were
metal
just standing
thing,
right
okay.
there, and I just see this heat thing right here move back and forth, but that was Tommy's reflection. What's that warm spot right next to? Oh, that's the. It's 66.6 in that chair.
That should be normal. What about the other chairs? Granted, the AC is right on it, so.
Yeah, but why would it be at that temperature? Other chairs are the same.
Oh. Alright, can you leave the table?
It keeps dancing around 60. Look at this.
Can you leave the table and go touch a REM pod?
It keeps going down to 66.5 and
If it's
66.7.
you, I know you can do it.
Oh wow.
Oh, they just made the music box go off right when I told them to leave. Oh my ding dongs, that is cool.
And that was in the bathroom?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where
gosh.
we've been getting some interesting stuff lately for the past week or so.
I think we need to send you the camera footage.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Make an interesting video out of it.
It's cold in the bathroom.
Can you please make that the music box go off in the bathroom again? Oh, the flashlight just got super bright. Like, it just got max brightness, like super bright, and it's staying
Oh
there.
gosh.
Okay, can you leave the bathroom and do that again?
Can you turn off my flashlight?
Oh my.
This is why people take apart my flashlight.
They like messing with the flashlight.
And to me, someone's in here. So I know for a fact someone's in here because it feels weird. Like it feels weird. Well, we can't.
Hey, can you guys, or can you mess with that music box again for us?
Lights going on. The lights going crazy. They like you.
Huh?
They like you.
Well, I guess so. I mean, maybe I'm a magnet. Maybe I do have a sixth sense.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel anxiety.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just the pit in my stomach just dropped over by the portal room.
Oh goodness.
Go now and see if they
I'm
have something.
gonna set up my other flashlight, which I call the laser beam of doom, because
That is the laser beam of doom.
this is the punishment if they take apart my other flashlight.
I'm really having a good time. This is looking like it's gonna be super good.
This is going to be a very interesting video.
I personally don't like the LED.
Did you hear it say yep? Did you say yep?
That's if they don't delete the footage, because they've done that before.
Yeah, that's happened with me too.
Okay,
well, I have my hard drive with me, so I can.
Alright, so this flashlight's set up in the bathroom. I'm gonna walk away from it. I was about to say turn it off. Never mind.
I guess it turned it on again.
Can you turn off my flashlight in the bathroom, please?
Did it just say no? Oh!
Oh my!
Oh, it did!
So much fun in the. I haven't seen it do like this before. This is cool. Oh my.
Can you shut it off again? Oh, okay.
So you don't want to shut it off? If you don't want to shut it off, shut it off.
What did it say?
Oh,
Oh.
I think you just said Satan.
No, that's not what I heard at least. Man, that is really cool.
This is very interesting. Now, the SLS, yeah, that would be interesting to see.
Because the battery is.
Yeah, you go make sure the battery on the tablet's charged.
Yeah, buddy.
Alright, turn
Okay,
up the
we're-
volume to maximum so we can hear it easier throughout the
So
house.
we're breaking out the SLS. Wait, is that you?
Yeah, I be scaring myself with those things all the time.
Oh gosh.
Also, I think when the AC's on and the curtains are moving.
The vibe just went off.
The what?
The footstep. For the quad.
Yeah.
We've been walking around the whole time, and all I hear when I walked into the portal room was...
Alright, let's see. That's me.
Wait. Did it say wait?
Wait, what?
What?
That was very disembodied.
Hmm. No? Okay.
Let me out.
That was not like Tommy.
Almost.
Yeah.
Same cadence.
That's what I've been getting. There's someone messing with Tommy and they're being a jerk and they're not letting him
Is it not
interact.
turning on?
No, it's just not connecting. It's powered on. It's just.
Hmm.
No, I keep seeing the
So,
light
here in a
flash.
second, we're about to check this out.
Alright, so this is our SLS camera. The way it works is it uses what's called structured light sensor. So if you see right now, you can also see on any infrared camera, there's a bunch of dots being sent out. And what it does, it's very much like Face ID on your iPhone, is if I switch the view, those dots recreate a 3D image of the space it sees. And as you can see right there, so it should be picking up John. It's made for picking up humans, but as you can see, it's just something going off and is on the wall.
You have a
That's-
edge. Remember, you have a corner error right here.
I do. So you can see
some
also
out.
where the blue is. That's like too close for the sensors. These like what's it called, like a brownish color is like if it's a sharp edge, and if I go far enough, the red right there, that's just when it's out of range. But this is super awesome for picking up humanoid figures. It tracks them just like it should be tracking John, except there'll be nothing there.
I'm way too close.
Yeah, and you can see there's something
Oh,
on the wall.
wow.
Yeah, there's something on the wall right there. Yeah,
I'm gonna walk way down the
it's
hallway.
no, it's like you are tracking, and whatever is on the wall is also tracking like independently, and something's going off in that
Oh,
room.
the REM pod's going
Yeah, the REM
off.
pod's going off in here. So it's really weird. There's like they're not. I don't know who it is. Just they're not getting any names. Usually Jack would be seen in this corner, so it's also flipped. It's like kind of like a selfie. So the left is actually the right. And Jack's usually seen in that corner, but like John said earlier, he wasn't here tonight for the 7 o'clock.
Oh, goodness.
Really, really curious as to who's here. Pretty much just sweeping like I'm a lifeguard, except everyone's already dead, so I already kind of failed at my job.
Oh, goodness.
Come on, y'all. We know someone's here. Someone's... What?
Well, you can always demonstrate you know how.
I want to see if someone's in the bathroom. Ooh.
Well, we know someone's always in the bathroom.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, that's true.
Benjamin.
This thing's very bulky though. It's pretty annoying. Benjamin, you sitting on the toilet?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Oh, it's picking something up.
Well, you better go catch him.
Okay, that's not Benjamin. This is, I think, one of the newer spirits. As you can see, it is tweaking, and he's doing a Dance Dance Revolution dance right there. Usually, it should be a child-sized looking humanoid sitting in the toilet. I don't know what all of this garble is. There is something whack going on. That looks exactly like who we just saw earlier. That is wild. That's what that heaviness has been in the bathroom. Whoever is in the bathroom has been like messing up the vibes.
Oh, goodness.
Man, that's probably just a mirror error. So, or that could be. That's actually, so from where the mirror is right there, that's where I saw the figure. Basically, if you look where the mirror is like looking back in the corner is where I saw the figure Sunday.
This thing just yelled.
Yeah,
It just
I heard
yelled?
that. What did it yell?
It just said "Hey" really loud, and now the REM pod's going off. It also yelled so loud that it set off the vibration detector.
Yeah, that was really clear.
Like, where'd that happen?
In the corner where those laser fridges.
I'm wondering if we should try like this method thing to see who. Ooh, sound like.
I can go under if you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we try like an this method session to see who's actually here, make him like force him to come out. Going crazy with the security thing.
Well, I'm starting to get the bleary-eyed.
Yeah, I want to see if he'll speak through this in the bathroom.
Go ahead.
Shots and got shot again.
Getting a lot of gunshot stuff tonight.
Who's here with
I mean, yeah, that's crazy that you got something. What?
The music box. I thought I saw something when the music box went off. Oh, that got me good. The music box right when I turned. You heard it go off, right?
Yeah.
Man, I was like, ooh.
You want a flashlight?
Yeah, why not? Man, that was cool. Let's go in there. But it was going shot, beat quickly. What did we? Okay, we gotta get in here quickly or malicious. What?
Oh, no.
Who are you? Noise. Yes, the music box. Can you please live or live? Stood. Hey, turn this off. There we go. 68 years. Somebody in the bathroom with us? Little. Are you the one that I think I saw when the music box went off? Freaking me out? Pray. Who's Africa? Who's speaking with us? Roger. Those. Are there?
I felt something poke me in the back.
That wasn't me.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't me.
Okay. Okay, then. It felt like somebody touched me right
No, I
here.
was just leaning out the window.
Process.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh.
Wait,
What
what
is popping my spirits? Nice. Yes, that was very nice. Can you make that REM 1 go off on the toilet right there? Yes, I'm giving you a task. Pretty please. Pinky.
Pinky promise.
It's like I feel like I'm getting Benjamin in here. Little one. Dave. Again. We just got Dave. We got that on the we got that earlier, like 20 minutes ago.
Oh wow, we got twin orbs.
Diction. Compare.
watching the.
Outcome prediction.
Monument. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Holiday.
Holiday.
Quickly.
That's
They're all coming out of the office.
Until.
kill. Who are we? Can you tell? Can we get a straight sign?
Page.
Page. Oh, they're not in here no more. They dipped.
Oh, I moved it.
Oh, okay.
I was just
13.
verifying that if he was actually there or not.
Reached.
Reached.
Walter.
Walter.
Are you in the? Can someone touch the REM pod in here?
Oh, that was me.
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
I'm just standing over here to make sure that's that.
Enemy. There's a. It seems like someone. There's someone doesn't like someone.
Someone don't. Chicken.
Ticket.
Ticket.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. I wonder if this might be.
Subject.
Oh, well, that just went off. You want to talk to us in here?
Rose.
Is there a reason why?
Quill.
Alright. Can you make that REM pod go off instead of the Pultra script right there? You've been teasing us all night with doing it. I know you can. Or even that quad right there. One with the big old antenna. Man, that music box got me so good. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that was freaky. I was recording when that was going on.
Good. That.
Wow.
Wait, what's going on?
Again.
What?
Orb Central again. It was going nuts when you guys were in there. There's Tommy in there right now.
Man, that was good. That was a good scare.
That was.
That was.
I kind of want to see you.
That got my blood pumping. If I was tired before, oh my goodness.
I guess
kinda
you're
wanna
awake
see what
now.
your reaction was when you were in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun. I'm so happy I got my hard drive in my car so I can copy all that tomorrow. If you're in the bathroom, please make your presence known. You know what? Close the door on me. Freak me out. Pretty please. There's a REM 1 on the toilet right there. I know you've been making this music box going crazy. What about that REM 1 on the toilet right there? All you gotta do is get close to it. It's pretty much the same thing as a REM pod. If you've been here for any amount of time, you should know.
I don't think you saw anything, Tony. Because
I probably just got spooker doodled.
probably you because we were talking about him. Because I think he just looked right at the door and was just open a bit. But the thing
Whoa,
is,
Roger.
You walk back, there's an orb that just floats on over the table.
Were you spooking me? Can you do that again? That was very funny. Even though I did not think so in the moment.
That was crazy. Even in my time as working for Ghost Augustine, this house has never been that active. But anyway, guys, I'm glad you all got to see the different types of tools and other equipment that we have used tonight. Like I say, make sure to check out the website. I mean, there's like if you're into the paranormal, there's a lot of stuff that Ghost Augustine offers. But anyway, guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care. And that you want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over.